Free periods, late arrivals, early dismissals, extended lunch breaks. Any high school student would think these sound great, and they are the privileges that many high school seniors experience for meeting certain requirements. But when we talk about the extra benefits of being a senior in St. Joseph's Indian School's high school program, we are talking about so much more. What do we mean? Hello, Medakiepi. Welcome to Hóčhoka, here at the center of St. Joseph's Indian School's campus. I'm Scott Wooster, your Hóčhoka host. We're glad you joined our circle with St. Joseph's Indian School's Residential Transition Coordinator, Frank Whipple. He's here to tell us about the extra benefits that come with being a senior in our high school program and why we feel these are important. So, welcome to the studio, Frank.
Thanks, Scott. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here. You and I have been working together for how long now?
Going on 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
And so this new role that you're tackling this year is completely new for you.
Yes, yeah.
When you came here, you were...
I was a residential coordinator for the 6th, 7th, 8th grade homes. And that switched to the 7th, 8th grade homes about 10 years ago.
Yep.
So that was my last role. And then I supervised the rec center too. So,
Yep. And you've done the coordination of those homes for that entire time, about 18 years. Okay. In 10 seconds, can you give me a summary of your new role? Just a quick one. We'll delve into it more, but just a real quick hit of what you're stepping into this year.
So this year we're work with the senior home, the learning center, and the transition specialist here on campus. So we're trying to get the seniors ready for the next steps, moving them past St. Joe's. So.
Yep. And I kind of said that in the header too a little bit, that we put here at St. Joe's, we put a special emphasis on the seniors, getting them ready for that next step. And we want to focus on that specifically today. In another podcast, we're going to focus on the transition coordinator's role, and that's the person that's doing the specifics to get them to that stage. And they work under you, correct? Okay. So we'll work on that. But you just tell us about your team of folks that you work with. Give us a rundown on those people.
So in the senior home, we have 4 house parents. There's Aaron and Melissa, who have been house parents for probably about 18 years now. Jody and Nico. Nico's brand new to our system, and Jody's been here about a year. So they're the 3-day house parents that work in the home too. So Aaron and Melissa bring a wealth of knowledge to the senior home. They help build the curriculum for the senior home. So we're trying to build that out a little more numbers-based, science-based, so we can gauge how the kids are doing. And then Renee Left Hand is the learning center coordinator, so she helps with the kids' study times, the evenings and afternoons.
Yep.
So.
And then Julie's also under you.
Yep, Julie's the transition specialist. Yep. So she works directly with the seniors, getting them like their FAFSA apps, that type of stuff done, and getting them ready to go on to college, military, whatever their plan is after school.
Okay. Yep. Maybe a little rundown on the house parent role, because you've worked supervising house parents for a long time. Yep. Those 4 people you mentioned do a lot of work day to day.
Yep. So I mean, at the core of being a house parent is keeping the kids safe and making sure they're fed, clothed, safe place to sleep, those things. That's the core of what we do here. Then the house parents in the senior home also do lessons with the kids every week on certain independent living skills that we're focusing on. So like this week they learned how to do sewing and mending. Last month we started on food prep, budgeting, meal planning. Then they're split into pods, and they're figuring out how to shop for their food and cook every day for themselves, snacks and meals and everything, how to budget their money for that throughout the week. So with the help and assistance of the house parents, right? So they still have that guidance, that ladder to fall back on if they need help.
So I want to ask you on a personal level, knowing each other for 18 years, how is this... Was there anything eye-opening about the difference between 6, 7, 8, right? Everything, pretty much, right?
Middle school kids are so different than seniors, right? Middle school kids are in such a different era in their life where they're trying to figure out their boundaries and figure out who they are, and there's a lot more horseplay, a lot more back and forth. And seniors are kind of who they are at that point. And so, like, the behaviors that we dealt with in middle school, I'm lost because we don't have those with the seniors, right?
Right.
So it's different stuff. It's like making sure they know when their appointments are, so they get themselves there on time, because that's important to that time management piece, right?
Yeah.
It's making sure they learn how to document if they're in or out of the home and be accountable for their time. Working with the school, making sure that they're keeping up on their homework, but still getting the independence to get that done on their own. So that's a fine line between, you have 7 missing assignments, but you're usually 8 students, so I know you get them done, so I'm not going to say a whole lot right now, right? So whereas at a middle school, you would hammer them and say, get your work done. And seniors, you don't do that because they got to figure that out and have us to fall back on if they need it, right?
Yep.
All those skills are so important when they move out past us to whatever they're going to do, because you got to be able to get to appointments on time, finish your work, you know. And one of the biggest things that I've always told my staff is I'd rather have the kids fail with us here so we can learn them through that, right?
Right.
Because we're a safe place to fail.
Yep.
You know, we have the backup plans. We're able to pick them up and teach them through whatever happened, you know, what's going on with their life. And one of the things that we kind of honed in on what skills each kid needed to work on this year.
Yep.
So we introduced the KC Family Life Skills Assessment. I think we've done it in the past, but we're doing it again.
Yeah.
So we started out this fall with all the kids, all the eighth grades, all the seniors doing that assessment.
Yeah.
And then from there, I pulled out the areas that they needed to work on. Like one was budgeting, money matters, credit, how credit works. So that's on their personal plan to deal with, you know, through Julie and through lessons with Julie and lessons in the home.
Yeah.
You know, the big lessons. So we're going to do that assessment 3 times this year. So we need to do it in the fall, December, then in April.
Yeah.
So we can see the progress. You know, and from that, the assessment they take, each kid I worked with each kid and developed a plan for them individually for what they need to accomplish through the lessons and everything this week. And then we also, the lessons that the home does, we kind of hone those in on what all the kids need, and then there's 5-minute lessons that they do every night. So I pulled what the kids needed. You know, if Earl needs money management, there's probably another kid that needs it too. So then the 5-minute lessons might focus on money management that week. Right. And they're like YouTube videos or quick little stories that the house parents share with them, things like that. That take 2 to 3 minutes at the most. Yeah. Yep. I try to do different media, right? Yeah. The short form videos that the kids like, and then short stories that the kids will actually pay attention to, you know. Yep. And try to hammer those points home that we're trying to teach them, and meet their goals on their individual plans. Right. So that when they leave here, they're ready to go.
When you're 17, 18, how does this look for you? Who's Frank Whipple at that age?
Gosh.
And how?
Stupid as all 17-year-olds are, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up on a small ranch inside the Roseburg Reservation in South Dakota. So I'm a South Dakota original. Yep. I graduated high school after being a good, solid C student all the way through. You know, the guidance counselor said I should go dig ditches somewhere versus college, and I decided to go to college and to help people. It was my goal. Yeah. So I escaped to Nebraska I lived there for 7 years and got my bachelor's in social work while I was there. Worked for child protection down there. Okay. Then I moved to Chamberlain in 2004 to be closer to family, and worked for child protection here for 4 years.
I forgot you did that. Yeah, that's where you came from, right?
Yep. And then I came to St. Joe's in 2008, I believe. I started. Okay. So at 17, what do you know, really? Right. Yeah. I mean, I had really no idea what I wanted to do, and I think a lot of our kids are in the same spot, right? They don't really know what to do either, and so our goal is to give them all the options. So here's college, here's military, here's jobs after school, here's tech schools. Yep. Pick something or wait. It's up to you. And we're here to support you either way. It's your plan, what you want to do. Yeah. So,
is there something we're doing in our high school program that would have helped 17, 18-year-old Frank Whipple?
Honestly, I think like the money management piece that we do with the kids. You know, the shopping and how to prepare meals and how to manage your own finances is huge, because I don't know how many 17-year-olds going to college know how to manage a checking account or their own money, or how to budget for things. Right. I sure didn't. Right.
Yeah. And 17, 18-year-old Scott Wooster didn't know those things either. No. You've been at this new role for a couple months now. Anything that is a favorite, and we'll call them a senior moment.
Senior moments? Yeah. Not when I forget things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
No, I think one of the things that's been fun to watch is the kids, the seniors. I guess not really kids anymore. The seniors, meal plan. Okay. And try to plan out how to spend, because they get so many dollars per week to spend on food for their pod, right? Okay. So they got to make that stretched out the week instead of trying meal plan and make sure they have enough to cover the week for snacks and meals and all those things. And there's always something to eat in the house. So they never go without by any means, but but watching them learning that process,
Mm-hmm.
and at first house parents go and help them shop, but now they're shopping by themselves.
Yep.
So it's that scaffolding approach that we
Mm-hmm.
have. So it's fun watching them grow in that aspect too. It's fun watching them remember that they have to make their own appointments for like medical appointments and stuff at the health center.
Yep.
They got to keep track of when they're coming and going from the health center or to practices or to jobs, all those things. All those adult skills they're going to need later on in life. So,
Yep.
and we allow them to fail. If they miss something, they miss something, and we teach them through that.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
which is hard to do. I mean, for any parent, that's hard to do. But
Right.
that's the best way they learn.
Any favorite things that the seniors have been doing in the last couple months that you can see?
They're doing so many different things, right? One of the things that's been fun to watch is the ones that want to get a job go out and get jobs. Fill out the applications, go to the interviews, get the job, and then they have some pride in that.
Yeah.
So that's been fun to watch. They're all very serious about school too.
Yeah.
So they're all passing right now, which is huge,
Yeah.
right? And they're all to the point where they have enough credits to graduate in May, and so they only need like their core classes the next 2 semesters.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of free periods. They get to leave early if their grades are up,
Yeah.
those types of things. So they've worked really hard to get to where they're at, and so they get to have those freedoms to choose when they're at school, basically, because they have free periods where they can leave and come back and those types of things.
Yeah.
So that's been fun to watch too. The pride in that they've put that work into it.
Yeah. And we need the 9th, 10th, 11th graders being able to see that those guys are getting rewarded for doing the right things.
Yep.
That's so awesome. It's a good group of kids that we've got in there.
Yeah.
I work with 2 of them, and I've had them since they were 7th grade. And it's so fun to see them at this point involved in powwow.
Yep.
I mean, we've got one of them just dancing in powwow. In fact, I think he
Yes.
won this year. One in basketball. And
So quick story about your dancer, right?
yeah,
So he was missing one day in the senior home. We didn't know where he was at.
yeah,
But he was behind the Benedictine building practicing dance steps
Yeah.
for the powwow coming up.
yep,
So he had his little speaker out there with music going on and just dancing to learn, right?
yeah.
So, so it was like a happy AWOL.
Yeah, right, exactly. He's out in the grass.
He's out doing
having
something,
fun.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so that was fun to see too, like someone taking that seriously where they forgot to tell us where
Yeah.
he's at even.
Yep.
Which he had that discussion with him, but at the same time, praise him for
Exactly.
putting the work in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that too. One thing that I want to say is that even the story that you gave, it's a reflection of the kind of family thing that happens here and the fun that kids can have in a safe environment, and it's just neat to see them be able to thrive and do what they do. And that senior program has grown so much in the however many years it is that I've been working with the high school kids, 20 or 25 now. And I know it will continue to grow. And the beautiful thing about your role is that you're just it's still fresh for you.
Yeah.
And as you get to know it more, you'll know what you need to add and what you need to take away, all that kind of stuff.
If you look like down the road, future goals is letting it trickle down too.
Yeah.
Those independent living skills. And we do a lot of stuff in the little homes already for that.
Yeah.
So it's, integrating what they're doing in the little homes and bringing that up to the senior home.
Yeah. Yep.
And reminding kids, you got taught this in 6th grade.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
You might not remember it, but you did.
You did.
Yeah. So just making sure that those skills carry over from grade to grade too.
Yep.
So
and that
long term, that's one of the goals is to have that consistency or
Yep.
that through line for the kids.
Yep. So we're not just a senior home and there's the rest of the kids,
Yep.
but it's all one continuum.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for
Yep.
18 years of working and doing what you do for these kids. It's family for us for
Yep.
sure.
Oh yeah.
But it's a calling too.
Well, I came here for the job, right? As a stay year,
Yep.
came here for the job and stayed for the mission. And the mission is the kids
That's
and the
what we
families.
do.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'd also like to thank our audience for joining us here at Hóčhoka at the center of St. Joseph's Indian Schools campus, where we talk about issues central to Native American education today. Please follow us wherever you find your podcasts. Until next time, stay centered.